Hey guys, we are back. So I just finished week one of the TV show that I'm working on now. It's for Amazon Studios. I signed an NDA, so I can't really talk about it, but I'll tell you the title. It's called The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's based on adult young novels, so there's no real spoilers. If you've read the books, you kind of know what's going on. But we just wrapped our first week, so I was very excited. Uh, we had a fun schedule. Everybody was having a good time. So, but some interesting things happened obviously during the course of the week, and I couldn't cover it because I was working 12, 14-hour days on a movie set. One of the things I wanted to talk about was the YouTuber behind the viral deep fakes that was hired by Lucasfilm. Now, let me switch over to the article here. It goes on. It talks about, we all know, we've all seen the deep fake with the Luke Skywalker that Shamrook did, and it was pretty amazing, and with kind of off the shelf software. And I think that one of the things that they've looked at, Lucasfilm has said, look, we're doing a lot of de-aging. There's a lot of rumors that maybe there's going to be more Luke Skywalker going forward in some of these series like Mandalorian and or Boba Fett, whatever they want to do. They own the digital rights. I even think like Mark Hamill said a couple of years ago that he signed over all the digital rights to himself for eternity to Lucasfilm. I think they paid him a flat rate so that he could always be Luke Skywalker if they wanted to. Although I would like to see Sebastian Stan take over the role. If he wants it, he may not want it, but they're putting out really good quality stuff now for Disney Plus. So, and he's already in the Mouse House, so I think he should do it. But if they're going to go this route, this guy definitely has a handle on how to do it and do it proper. One of the things that I noticed, especially though he did the Tarkin one, where he overlaid on top of the CGI, deep faked, this character, and played by Peter Cushing in the original film. I think where deep fakes nail it, which is where ILM has struggled, and that's not just ILM, it's Digital Domain, it's all these Weta Digital, it's all of them. There's two things that if you don't get it right, it loses people. The webbing of the mouth, as we talk, it's almost impossible to replicate. And the eyes, some CGI characters have this dead eye look. And where the deep fakes seem to excel is in this dead eye and the webbing around the mouth. And sure, it needs work. Great. But if you have a powerhouse like Industrial Light and Magic behind you and improving the actual deep fake technology, and you can get hundreds and hundreds of reference photos of people throughout the ages, especially celebrities that have been photographed over and over and over again, to get every single expression you can, and you put it into a database. I think this is the way of the future for them going forward. Now, we've all seen that he also corrected, whoa, I'm grabbing the wrong screen. He also corrected the Princess Leia in Rogue One, which looks so much better than the one they did. And again, you got to think of how many years ago this was, and then you see the improvements that they've done with the de-aging with the Marvel films. They get better and better and better and better at it. I did not think that The Irishman was a success. I think the deep fakes that Shamrook has been doing with the Irishman were way better than what Netflix did and spent the money with ILM. And again, but every time ILM does something, they're trying to improve something. They're trying to push the envelope. But now you've got a guy that you could resource and say, hey, look, this is what we're trying to do. What are we missing? And that's the beauty. There's no ego there. You know, ILM is trying to pull in people that are doing great things. And, but here's my take. I think everyone's like, oh, he's going to do Luke Skywalker, more Luke Skywalker, Mandalorian, whether that's the reason they're bringing this guy on, blah, 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 blah. I think we've already gotten a taste of what they're going to do next and why they brought this guy on. He did a great deep fake of Alden Ehrenreich and Harrison Ford for Solo, a Star Wars story. And we've all seen the de-aging dots on Harrison Ford for Indy 5. And I think they went, this guy, let's see what this guy, let's bring him in, let's make sure he's not a fluke and he understands what's going on. And imagine having the firepower of the servers and the server farms and the CGI technology and everything of ILM behind a deep fake. I think the first practical use of what they're trying to do with this particular YouTuber is going to be Indy 5. And the flashback scene to during World War II with the Nazis. And then that'll be like the opening of the movie, and then it'll push forward. Now, but there's another theory out there that maybe what they're going to do is what they did with Samuel L. Jackson in the Marvel film, you know, with Brie Larson. And they're going to de-age Harrison Ford the whole time. Now, the movie is supposed to take place in 1969, I think, because we've seen all the images of the Apollo 11 mission, return home. And the last Indiana Jones film took place in 1957. But it's already been how many years since 2008? So Harrison Ford, you know, they're not keeping with the age, I don't think. There's a good chance they might slightly de-age Harrison Ford to keep him in line with what he would look like in 1969 versus what he looks like now as a 79-year-old or 78-year-old. 79, I think he just had a birthday. So that's my thinking. Since they've already shot a lot of second unit stuff with Indiana Jones 5, especially the flashback stuff, because we did see a stunt guy wearing a mask, which they make really good detailed masks now. And it was a young version of Harrison Ford riding the motorcycle with the sidecar. I really think that that's what they hired this guy for, was because of his deep fake for Solo, because some of those shots are flawless. And if they can figure out how to crack this nut, we're going to see a ton of this going forward. And I remember when Sandra Bullock, on one of her movies, she had a zit on the top of her nose and miscongeniality. And it was the scene when she was in the pool, and they spent something like $30,000 CGIing out that. Now, imagine actors starting to say, you know what, I could play this role now, but I know you're looking for someone in their 20s. You could always just implore this really cool tech and sign over my digital rights and make me young again, and I can still do that. And again, I think there was a great deep fake that was done. I don't think it was done by Shamook, but a great deep fake done of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, it did look a little rough because he had a beard, but they really could de-age Arnold for one more Terminator movie if they decided to come back. But if they did, he needs to be an evil Terminator anyway. Can't be a good Terminator. They need to go back to the original concept of the first film in order to bring the audience back. Make him kill everyone. And, you know, I think that there's a lot of actors, and they're also can employ this technology to stunt doubles. I know they're already doing it now. You see it with the James Bond movie, No Time to Die. The stunt double inside the Aston Martin that was driving the car had the dots all over the face. So they are doing that. They did it in Logan. And this is another reason why I'm thinking Indy 5, because James Mangold already used this technology on, or something similar, on stunt doubles doing driving scenes that you can't tell the difference between, you know, the Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, and the stunt double. You just can't. You just cannot tell the difference. And this was back when Logan was made. So Indy 5, Shamrook, this guy is going to be doing the de-aging using deep fake technology. So hopefully Hollywood can put it to some good use. And I wish him so much success, because if they do roll him over to do Luke Skywalker in a series or anything, even if they give us flashbacks of like Grogu being trained by Luke, but you know, they don't use his, you know, a lot of his face, but you can see him in the background and stuff. They're giving this guy the keys to the car, the ultimate car to drive, Lucasfilm. And obviously they're not giving him the whole car. He might be able to sit in the back seat, because there's a lot of people at ILM that are amazingly talented, and I'm sure they're all going to pick each other's brains and work really hard to put out the best products they can for the fan base. So that's my take on it, man. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, subscribe to my channel, share it on social media, and we'll see you on the next one.